Okay folks, here we are. Miss Linda's got the Mutley crew. We got the car unhitched. We got the tow dolly down here. We're at Smitty's RV and Welding. Their job today, they're going to put a motorcycle lift on the back of the coach for us there. So there's what it looks like before. These guys came highly recommended by Cruiser Lift, which is here in Katy. They said it pretty much takes all day. We'll be able to start taking one of the motorcycles with us when we travel. Well, here's what's happening. Got to have a new mount for the Cruiser Lift, which is sitting over there on a display stand right now. But in here they had to reinforce and make new mounts. The old trailer hitch used to come across, mount in here, went out right down here, but this is reinforcement. This is new bracket so that it can carry it all, bolted and welded. Should be plenty strong. Then they had to notch out our bumper on each side, then a 3-point hitch for the lift itself. Now normally you would have had plates like these down here going on, but because there was no place to put those on ours without cutting out the whole back end of the coach, they've made different mounts, actually custom made mounts for ours. Then the hitch here, there's the 3 mounting points like they have now added to the back of the coach. Cruiser Lift looks like this. It is cable operated with an electric winch. Then you have a remote control push button comes out. You run battery wires out to it here. They've mounted a hookup inside the back door over there on our coach. So we'll show you more when it gets done, show you how it works. Few days to get back up where the motorcycles are. We can show you how that mounts, but it's got a brace that goes in here, got pins that lock it up here when it's lifted, 2 hooks here and here hook into here, so you're actually triple cabled going down to it. Then a chock for the front wheel of the motorcycle, so it'll kind of hold it while you tie it down. Then because we have our tow dolly over here, our car's parked down the way, but we have an extension piece for the hitch so we can still tow something behind it. Now that was an option. Didn't necessarily have to have that, but of course we wanted that, so we're towing a vehicle. Also the wheel chock there. Now this was in the neighborhood of $3,500 for the lift kit, not including installation. I don't know how much the installation is going to be. They had to build all the attachments for that to get on the back of the coach. So then this is just a display stand here, 3-place mount for the actual lift itself. Good for about 1,200 pounds, they say, so we'll get more on tape when they get a little closer. I did mention, I'll show you, one of the main problems on this particular coach was just inside the back hatch here. Now this is an oil tank. It mounts back up here with a bracket, but they had to move it out of the way. But right here actually is our muffler. Those other brackets, like I showed you laying over here, they wouldn't fit here because of the muffler. They're kind of building around it to make it all get in there. Of course, if I ever need a muffler, you have to be able to get that back out again too. So there's the muffler, here's the hitch, here's where the original hitch was. So this is just a little bit lower, a little bit further back. They've got our motorcycle lift all put on. We got the car and the tow dolly hooked up. Of course, the original hitch is no longer here. We've got a new hitch there. What I'll do, this is all welded to the RV frame now. Should be much stronger than it was. The old one was just bolted on. This one is welded and should be much stronger than our trailer wiring. It's now it's got some lights on the lift as well, so if you were hauling a motorcycle without anything towed behind, you still got lights because the bike and or lift could block those. But I think they did an exceptional job. So anyway, that's what we're in Texas for. The Cruiser Lift Company, they make these right here in Katy, Texas. And this is their preferred installer, Smitty's RV and Welding. We were trying to find somebody in Mississippi that was maybe familiar with them and could put it on, but after discussing everything and realizing what we might be up against, we decided to make the trip to Houston, have it done here. So we're going to head on back to Arkansas. We'll be taking a bike with us when we leave there again in a couple weeks. Video of this, got the motorcycle pulled onto the Cruiser lift. Had to put a couple blocks of wood under there just for a little ramp onto it, because of the way the metal work is. I'm flat on the ground there, but had a little low spot in the driveway. This is pretty much how it works. Got a remote control that plugs in here, wired direct to the batteries in there. Winch motor up on top here. Now I'm going to keep working on those straps some, but I'm just showing you how it works here right now. Once this gets up to where I can get a pin in there, and then there's a brace that goes down there. So that's just about all the way up. I can see the motorcycle's not sitting quite straight. We'll get that straightened out too. But that's pretty much travel position right there. Okay, now I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, once you get this raised up, this bar here has a pin that goes in here. Same thing on the other side. Then there's a strut that goes in underneath all of this. This comes off for travel. Those two pins up there and this strut here are what carry all the weight of the bike and the hitch, and then you relax the cable. I could foresee the question. There is no weight against that cable when you're traveling. Only when you're raising or lowering. And it runs through the pulley, kind of like a block and tackle. It's got two pulleys, so there's actually 3 lengths of cable when you're raising and lowering, so it eases the load on it. And I'm solidly attached. The front here is run over the frame up here, so I'm solid to the frame. I'm not even relying on handlebars or anything else, no crushed wires, anything like that with this front strap. Of course, it's in this cradle chock up here in front too. Now that was an option on the kit, but I've got a similar chock for both bikes in the trailer over there. You can just run it right up on there, and I use those 2 blocks of wood kind of for a ramp, because I think I showed that earlier, because the hitch doesn't go quite flush to the ground. So then all I had was an 1.5 inch rise twice. From here I can see to do these straps a little bit better too, so I'll probably come around here somehow. This is the kickstand bar, which my kickstand, once you get it in the wheel chock, doesn't hit it anyway. But that chock will hold it upright by itself. Of course, you don't want to travel with it to bounce out or break off or something. So, but right now I'm not touching paint with this strap anywhere at all, which is really what I wanted. And that comes down the front shocks. So that kind of straightens it up there some too, maybe just a little bit more. But keep working on straps, but that's pretty much how it works. Pretty happy with it. But I'm tying my corners down here. I'm actually hooking over to the frame in here where this crash bar attaches, just using it kind of for a guide. Then my slack end I'm tucking in the saddlebags. I haven't got this one quite done yet, but you can kind of see how it's going. Then The slack end will go in the saddlebag. This, just like most ratchet straps, locks in position. It's Chuck, Why Not Wander. If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Facebook. Leave a comment, ask a question if you have any. Do my best to answer everything in a timely manner.